Greetings and welcome to Infodome, where we curate facts about a wide selection of topics for you to feed your curiosity. In this series, we are travelling across the cosmos to give you facts about the solar system. Now is the turn of the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest planet of the solar system, Saturn. I know you aren't supposed to pick favourites, but Saturn is definitely mine. So let's look more closely at this gentle giant. Saturn orbits the Sun at a distance of about 886 million miles. That's 1.4 billion kilometres. It is so far away from Earth, it would take us 7 years on a fast spaceship to get there. Saturn is a gas giant planet and therefore does not have a solid surface like Earth. But it might have a solid core somewhere in there. Saturn is the least dense of all the planets. It is made mostly of hydrogen and has a density which is less than water, which technically means that Saturn would float. The pressure on Saturn is nothing like anything we have seen so far in the solar system. It is 10 million times that of Earth. And with those extreme pressures, matter behaves completely differently than what we're used to. We cannot see how the processes on Saturn happen with the telescope, so we had to go there. Only a few missions have visited Saturn. Pioneer 11, Voyagers 1 and 2 flew by, but Cassini orbited Saturn 294 times from 2004 to 2017. Saturn spins on its axis at a colossal speed, completing a revolution in just 10.5 hours. This means at its equator, the planet bulges. This odd shape can be clearly seen when you look at Saturn through a telescope. Much like Jupiter, when we see Saturn, we are merely looking at the top of its clouds, not its surface. It also has bands of clouds like Jupiter, but these bands are much harder to see. It was Voyager who determined the atmosphere was made almost entirely of helium and hydrogen. This uppermost layer of the planet is less dense than the inner portion of Saturn. Here we see great storm systems, the most violent anywhere in the solar system. Saturn appears a pale yellow colour because of its upper atmosphere, containing ammonia crystals. Below this top layer of ammonia ice are clouds that are entirely water ice. Even further below that are layers of sulfur ice and cold hydrogen mixtures. The layers of hydrogen get denser further into the planet, eventually becoming metallic and leading to a hot interior core. Some scientists say the great pressure has transformed the soot from the methane gas into clusters of diamonds. Even the strongest element we know of will succumb to Saturn's extreme pressure and liquefy. In my opinion, the most beautiful structure we can see on Saturn is the hexagonal vortex at its north pole. It may appear to be unnatural, but it is the pattern a spinning fluid naturally forms. At the centre of this vortex is an impressive storm system about 2,000 kilometres across. Wind speeds are an intense 500 kilometres per hour. However, when people think of Saturn, the one structure that's mentioned over and over again are the rings. Saturn has the most spectacular ring system. It was first discovered by Galileo himself. The rings are a series of countless particles flowing around the planet. Some are comprised of mainly water ice. They are 250,000 kilometres across from tip to tip, which is wider than Jupiter. These vast rings, however, are comparably incredibly thin. The average is only 10 metres thick. That's right, only 10 metres. It is thought the rings started off as icy moons, which got torn apart by Saturn's intense gravitational pull, or through the series of collisions, slowly breaking apart. We see evidence of this happening today. This is the reason why the rings reflect the light so brightly. As if this consistent bombardment was not taking place, the ice crystals would be covered in dust. We learned this thanks to the Cassini mission, which maintained an orbit around Saturn for several years. The Romans named the planet Saturn after their god of harvest, but more gruesomely, Saturn actually ate newborn babies in order to prevent them from taking power. Cassini showed that the ancient civilizations were not wrong in naming Saturn after this god. The rings are thought to be the death of moons, which have been ripped apart by the planet's huge gravitational pull. Saturn has a total of 150 moons and smaller moonlets. All of these moons are frozen, the largest of which are named Titan and Rhea. Cassini revealed so much more detail about a lot of the moons that we previously did not know. The moon Enceladus appears to have an ocean hidden below its frozen surface. Mimas is often called the Death Star moon due to its huge impact crater. This tells us long ago it was subjected to a huge impact. Iapetus is a very large moon and a tale of two halves. Half is white and half is black. This moon also has a ridge all the way around its equator. This, in fact, is one of the largest mountain ranges in the solar system. It is thought this formed due to earlier rings, just like its parent planet, that collapsed onto its surface. Saturn's moon Titan is the second largest moon in the solar system, behind Jupiter's moon Ganymede. It has a complex and dense atmosphere made mostly of nitrogen and is comprised from water ice and rock. The frozen surface of Titan has liquid methane lakes and a landscape which is covered in frozen nitrogen. It is possible that Titan may be a harbourer of life, but that life would not be similar to life on Earth. Enceladus is quite a small moon, about the size of England, but we know from the cosmos size isn't everything. It is the most reflective object in the solar system. Over 90% of the light that hits it gets reflected back because it is pure ice. It is lined with crevices, or what are known as tiger stripes. The discoveries made below its surface have made scientists extremely excited. Cassini took an image of the moon with a blob on the side, which is seen to be plumes of water vapour and ice erupting from its surface. These appear to be feeding Saturn's rings and not lost to space. A closer look determined this moon was hiding an ocean of liquid, salty water with complex organic compounds. The hydrothermal vents thought to exist on the ocean floor are the perfect recipe for life. At the moment, life is very simple here, but who's to say in a few million years it will have its own unique forms of life? It is entirely possible that life orbits around Saturn. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you were as in awe of this planet as we are. Please tune in next time to enjoy a look at the first of the icy gas giants, Uranus.